so let's talk about nature and parenting, right? So obviously there are social animals that live in family groups, and I suppose it might include humans. It might include humans, right? So we live in family groups much like wolves, lions, primates, and what have you. However, the fact is, when we keep dogs, and they all be unrelated, right? So if you're a dog trainer, let's say you're a dog trainer, the dog trainer is obviously unrelated to the dog. You know, we're not even the same species. Yeah. That is why I don't think the dog training research is outdated, because in fact we are not related to the dogs. Just like unrelated wolves living together, they would have to exert dominance over each other, because obviously we are not really their parents. Yeah, even if you imagine yourselves as their parents, they might not see it that way. That's what I'm saying. Because obviously the dogs and wolves, they are not humans. They do not reason like humans. So if you imagine yourselves as their parents because you think you feed them, like, okay, I pay for their vet bills, I pay for their dog food, I pay for their housing and shelter and what have you. And then if you think this way and then you assume that you are the parent to the dog might not even recognize it. You know what I'm saying, right? The dog only knows that you feed it food, yeah, but it doesn't necessarily think of you as their parent. So they might not submit to you as easily. But I'm gonna tell you this though, right? Wolves, they make their own decisions, and semi-feral dogs, you know, dogs that are allowed to make independent decisions, that are allowed to run free without being on a leash most of the times, they rarely look to their owners, you know. But then when I pass by the dogs that are kept on a leash, or city dogs, before they decide to interact with me, sometimes they would look up to their owners to seek approval. Yeah, it's like, should I interact with this person? What should I do with this person? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I want to be able to observe like wild animals in their natural habitat, and I want to do this for the long term. So if I want to do it for the long term, I shouldn't be living in a city or in some sort of hotel, because it's, you know what, it's just, if I wanted to observe them like wild animals in the wild, I must follow, like, for example, if I follow a pack or a pride of lions, for example, I should be following them like 24/7, right? So I can't just go take shelter in like in a hotel or something, or a hostel, and then go out again to see if they're still there. I mean, that's not really practical, is it? Just like, you know, some nature documentaries, you know, are filmed by people who observe and follow groups of animals or certain kinds of animals for years and years. You know what I'm saying, right? So of course there are animals that are solitary. Yeah. Solitary animals though, yeah, after they have been brought up by their parents, they are obviously dispersed. Like they're obviously not, let's say they're not allowed to be in the same territory anymore, because once they grow up to be adults, they have to hunt for themselves or live independently, you know, like tigers, for example, right? So clearly animals are really complex, you know. You never know how they interpret us, if you know what I'm saying. Like we can only speculate based on what we know, yeah, but we don't know everything about animals. That's what makes it so interesting. like some people believe that they know everything about animals, but we really don't. Like we don't even share their senses. That's what I'm saying. So what about snakes? I think snakes might actually eat their own offspring. That's what I'm saying. Like they might they might consume and fight with their own offspring and their own parents or whatever you like. It really depends on which animal species we're talking about. Should we? I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna cross the road. What time is it now? Yeah, it's like 11:53. I don't think I'm joining GrappleZone today, but I'm just going there to find out what's going on because I think I want to wait for. I think I might want to wait for Professor Glauco to come back. I don't know. I'm just going there to visit and stuff. But I mean, I've seen like somewhere, I don't know, there's a national park in Lake District where I might be able to observe wolves, but then it's a national park, you know. It's like it's sort of like it's semi-urban or something. It's sort of like I have to go stay in a B&B or something, or maybe like a campsite which I have to book. You have to book a campsite to go to Scotland, to Lake District, and then walk among wolves. I mean that's a good start. I mean, well, I don't know if those wolves were native though, because I was told that wolves went extinct in the UK for a really long time, I think. So. Well, I don't know if I would consider it like their natural habitat. I think it is kind of like their natural habitat, but I don't know to what extent they have been. They like to what extent are they wild? You know. Yeah, I don't know until I don't think I would know until I get there and talk to the people. And yes, it is cold out here. But just to let you know, even if it looks sunny, the UK is still quite cold, and I'll get used to it though. I mean, it's just London, is it not? I used to live in Nottingham like without the use of heater, so yeah. But just because, you know, when I come back here, like when I come back to Sutton, I think I've gotten rusty because my mom was telling me like you gotta like you know what, I thought that if I just didn't use the heater and I just I don't wear too many layers during winter, and then like I said, and I don't use any hot water bottle or something, if I just keep it up, I would be able to continue resisting cold effects, you know. But then once I stop conditioning, once I stop conditioning my resistance or my body or whatever I can tell you that I'll start to get a bit rusty. I can tell, like whatever I do, if I stopped doing it for a while, I can get rusty. It's the same with conditioning as well. So in order to keep my body tough and to make it even tougher, it is necessary for me to constantly condition my body. That's why if I rest, I just lose it. You know, that's the point. I am unlimited. Yeah, I am unlimited. You know what? It all starts from our minds. It all starts from our minds. Yeah, how can I become unlimited? It all begins in the head. It all begins in the will. You know, if I have to, like, it's a basic thing, like I have to believe in myself. Yeah, I have to believe that my reality is the best reality there is. It's the only reality for me, you know. It is what it is. Like, I can't bow to anyone else's reality, because if I bow to anyone else's reality, I would become inferior to them. So in other words, I am already unlimited. I have to focus on, you know what I said, I have to focus on manifesting my best self according to my own standard. So other people, they would try to grade me and stuff like that, but I reject. I reject their verdict based on the fact that my reality is nowhere, like it is not lower than their reality, if you know what I'm saying. So I mean, there's so much I want to say, there's so much I want to share, but you know what, for what I have to do, for what I really want to do, it definitely must take me to the wilderness. There's no other way, and in fact, humans are really complex as well. It's like we people can't really study us like they would study animals. Like I said, there will be some people who are solitary, like some people who are like, I don't care if you're my mom or my dad, I'm still gonna kill you if you get in my way. Like there will be people like this, and you wouldn't say they are. You can't really say they are not human. So human personality is very diverse. Yeah, and then there be humans who are more like dinosaurs that might eat their own children, eat their own parents or whatever. I'm sure there are people like this, and you wouldn't, like, I can't say they are not human, because, well, they're biologically human, they're Homo sapiens, and they do stuff like this. And then obviously there are humans that are more like primates who just stay with their family groups, and then there are lions as well.